We've lived out in Metamora for close to 30 years, and we have restaurants all over Metro Detroit. And the White Horse Inn is Michigan's oldest restaurant, but it was kind of poorly run over the years, and we'd come here to eat, and kind of over time it ran down, and eventually it went out of business. And the old owner, he just closed, he left. He didn't pay his people, he just sent them an email saying, don't come to work tomorrow, business is done. And that was in November of 2012. Every day we would drive by, and the building just was closed and dark, and it's not much to the town. This is the town. And every day we drive by, my wife would say, we gotta go and look and buy it. And I'd say, there's no way. There is no way, I don't want it. We've got enough restaurants. I don't want to take it on. The place is a dump. I mean, it was just in terrible, terrible condition. So finally, by Easter, she wore me down. I said, fine, we'll go in and look. We got the key from the realtor, and we came in, and all the food was still here. And plates were on the table, and booze behind the bar. It was as if people just had been transported away, and it was here. And the smell was astoundingly bad. But you know, we've been in restaurants, and we looked around, and we quickly determined if we were going to do it, we had to do something pretty spectacular. We tore everything else down. We kept the original. We kept the floors, we kept the windows, we kept the plaster as much as we could. And then with the new part, we tried to do something different, unique, that blended in with the old part. And it took a long time, and I think it's pretty cool. We're happy with it. The horse mural was just a remarkable set of circumstances, how that came together, or coincidences on how that came together. My wife and I had been in France probably 10 years ago, and we went to the Royal Riding School at the Palace of Versailles. And on the walls of the arena were these charcoal drawings, and it almost looked like a Da Vinci sketch. And it's old, and it's at the Palace of Versailles, and we thought, no, it's been up here for 300 years. And so 10 years later, we're working on the White Horse, and we had that big expansive wall, and my wife said, I really want to do a mural like what we saw at the Palace of Versailles. And she tried to find artists. First she started locally, then she went to national artists, and she couldn't find anyone that she felt could do justice to that vision that she had in her head from the Palace of Versailles. And on a whim, she looked up the artist and thought, well, maybe he's got a son. And well, it turns out he's still alive. He's Jean-Louis Savat. He's 76, 77, and doesn't speak a lick of English. But through a friend who's French, we contacted him. We explained what we were doing, and he said not only was he interested, but he would just charge us basically his expenses and a little bit for his time, because his work it's all over the world. We thought a lot about how do we do our menu, because it has to be interesting enough for locals to come 2-3 times a week, because there's nowhere else to eat around here. And it has to be different enough and special enough and high enough quality so that people that drive an hour will come and say, yeah, that was great. I had something that was wonderful, and it matched my visual experience. And so we thought long and hard about the menu, and I think menus in the end are about compromise. We needed some signature items and some expected items, I guess. And our goal was always, at all our restaurants, is always buy the best ingredients you can, treat them right, and make a good meal.
One of our signature dishes is Elvira's Hungarian goulash. She was Miss Michigan. So this is like a 70-year-old recipe that's being executed exactly how she created it a long time ago. We sell a lot of it. One of their signature dishes is the chicken pot pie. That's another from scratch dish. It's a very high volume dish. Again, that's made from start to finish. There is no synthetic product put into that. It's a high quality protein that we're using in that. All of our desserts are also made in-house. We sell a lot of that and really pride ourselves on these desserts.
One of the interesting items that our chef came up with was oatmeal pie. A year away from opening, we're working on the menu items, and Linda, my wife, brings home this oatmeal pie. And it looks like what it sounds, oatmeal pie. And she said, yeah, I think this would be a good dessert item. And I'm like, who's gonna want oatmeal pie for dessert? She said, well, just try it. And I said, I don't even want to try it. So we went to bed. In the middle of the night, I got up and I was hungry. I thought, well, maybe I'll try the oatmeal pie. I ate the whole pie. So Linda got up, and it was really good. It's kind of like a pecan pie, not quite as sweet. It's like an oatmeal pie. And so I ate the whole pie. Linda got up in the morning and she said, where's the oatmeal pie? I wanted to have some for breakfast to try it. And I said, well, I ate it all. And so anyway, oatmeal pie's on the menu. We serve it with our homemade ice cream, and it's a huge seller. People will ask for it, and where are you gonna get oatmeal pie? It's just all these great things fell into place, and here we are 3 years later, and we get 150,000 people a year through our doors and in sleepy little Metamora.